thank you guys for joining on the Fly podcast. I am Blue.
I'm Dee. And we're here with...
Oh, hi, Sara from Sweet Siren Designs.
Sara, she's from Sweet Sirens. I love it. I've been following you for quite some time. So it's nice to have you on our little podcast, especially after like the whole COVID thing and not even being around anybody at all. So it's nice to have some faces that we've been following and, conversating through the whole pandemic. So I feel like it's brought me closer to a lot of people that I never even thought that I would ever have a conversation with. So yes, and you were one of them positive energies that I was reaching out to. So that's great.
Definitely. I have noticed Dee having some really cool things that she purchased. And so I was really excited to meet you as well. So I guess our first question is tell us a little bit about your company and what you do and maybe how you started.
Sure. Well, it's Sweet Siren Designs. I've been doing this for maybe over 10 years. It was a side hustle, just me making jewelry, and I worked in fashion for like 13 years, doing fashion designing, doing merchandising, creative directing. So over the years, I started just making more stuff, and then, people wanted things, and then it turned into a whole give it a name, do some little markets. And then I started getting more into the art part of it and doing graphic tees, and it just became a goal to go full time. So everything I did just sort of led and built and went. And then the first time I did like a tiki event and a Viva Las Vegas and like a horror convention, I knew that like this is where I belong. And so I was like, all right, this is gonna happen. And it did at the end of September 2018. So I had like a full year to just finally be like, I'm going to go travel. I'm going to go around to all the states that I've been looking at, all these conventions, all these tiki bars. And then the pandemic hit a year later. So that kind of shifted things. But that's how it started. And that's what it is now.
That's awesome.
So you're full-time, 100% full-time, no other job?
I freelance a little bit, especially because conventions have been closed for a year. So I've been freelancing fashion designing or art directing on the side. So I've just been juggling, doing some pop-ups, trying to get my website like more traffic and things like that. So, hopefully by fall is when conventions might come back. So things might get balanced a little bit more. So yeah, pretty much full-time though.
That's really cool that you can do something that you love and do it full time, and you're making money off of it. So and you don't feel like you're pressured or anything because it's something that you love. So that's really cool that you have something that you can work with 100% and that brings you that income. But then at the same time, like you said, with the whole pandemic and everything, the conventions were shut down and all that jazz. So that's getting your name out there too, not just on Instagram, but going out to all these conventions. Like I know I meet a lot of independent artists and stuff from these conventions. So without that, it's just Instagram and posting, and we all know about that algorithm. So
yeah, it's been playing tricks on us lately. I feel like it's a roller coaster. So hopefully there'll be better ways to market stuff. I mean, I do rely a lot on Instagram, and that is tough because it comes and it goes. And then right now Facebook is doing an update. Oh my God. So I'm in this nightmare of like trying to like re-add my shop to it because they did this update. And so now I'm not linked anymore, my Shopify, to my Instagram. It's like a whole thing. So I've also just been seeing that I'm not getting as much traffic that way too. So hopefully it gets fixed soon.
Yeah. How are you guys supposed to get your name out there? That's a major point of just being social itself, is having social media. So if you have those two platforms that aren't helping the independent artists, it's kind of hard for you guys to get your names out there and stuff. But I mean, you got to be with those people that'll shout your name in a room full of opportunities. So here's the opportunity,
Yeah, right.
I remember when Instagram decided to go on an algorithm and no longer just go with the feed. And I just remember that being like, all the small businesses being like, hit that notification bell because it's so important so that you can see it. Because otherwise, I mean, there's some really great people that I follow that I don't even see their stuff come up anymore. And something will happen. I'll be like, oh yeah. And then they see, you know, and then there's some people who are very loud that post a lot that are just like friends, you know, and it's like, okay, like I see your meals that you eat every day. I'd love to see more small businesses. And I wish there was a way to somehow say, you know, algorithm, I'd like less this, a little bit more of this, or like some sort of customizing. If they are going to do it, you know, let's.
Yeah, I agree. I wonder if they're going to shift that way. You never know. I think they were also testing the likes, you know, like taking the likes away. And I don't know if that's going to happen, but I heard that was like a thing they were trying or maybe going to do. It might help. I mean, it gets, you know, sometimes that's how you kind of map your, oh, people have seen it. Or there's so many people saying they didn't see it. And also my business one, it will unfollow people.
Yes.
I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God. Okay.
Yeah.
It does unfollow. It does
Yeah.
unfollow. Because I'm like, I know I'm following this person and I've known this person for like 10 years. Why am I not following them? Okay. I go to their profile and you're like, oh, I haven't seen your whole life in like a year and I haven't even noticed, because it's just like stuff is just jammed in your face all the time. Like I just went to your page and I liked about 3 pictures or 4 pictures because I didn't even see them. So I'm like, okay, like. But I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't know what's going on, but
Yeah.
I try to just like, if I don't see people, then I try to go to their pages and just look at their stuff and creep on them pretty much.
Yeah, you have to creep on people. It's hard. It's hard. It's like there's so many people you want to creep on. It's like, man, I wish you could curate little feeds for yourself, right? Like here's my business feeds, here's family, here's like friends. Maybe, hey, Instagram. Maybe you should do that, because imagine if you can like click into different columns and see those things. You're like, all right, what's going on with family? Okay, cool. What's going on with my friends? What's going on with this group? You know.
Well, now that you just said that, I'm pretty sure that's going to be a thing, because you know they listen to all this stuff. So yeah. I'm pretty sure we're not the only ones that are talking about this. So they're all getting all this analytical stuff going through. Yeah. So watch in about 2 weeks, it'll happen. But that's a great way to like
that would be
categorize it and kind of give you an opportunity to see the people that you actually want to see, and then filter out other people that you don't want through categories. So that's a good idea. Hey.
Do you feel like social media has really opened up a way to get your business out, or do you feel like you get more from the actual exposure where people can kind of touch that? Because I think that's like where our world is going, right? Online shopping versus being able to kind of have those tangible things. I personally am old school, so I love the tangible, but I also love the idea of being able to purchase things that I couldn't see. You know, I'm on the East Coast, so like that's really great.
Oh, okay.
Is there like a thing that works best for you, or is it kind of like nowadays it's just a everything goes?
It's tough, because I think with the way that the pandemic has changed things, it changed a lot of things, you know, before. And for me, it's a little difficult because before I actually just like kind of neglected the online. That was my bad. But it was also because I had a full-time career and I was commuting and I was doing these events, like, you know, taking off a Friday, doing a whole weekend, a huge thing, and then rolling into work on Monday and having to deal with like a big, huge presentation for Target or whatever, you know. So I was like kind of in the thick of that. And I neglected it. I had like a Square shop. So I had like 5 things on my website and like an Etsy with some old, like just stuff that keeps renewing. That's classic stuff that I just always have, but nothing new. And I was just making tons of new stuff and taking it to events. And then that's where I would sell all the stuff. But then people would take my cards, and on my cards, like, you know, I have my logo, but I make like a big postcard because I put pictures on the back. So people can be like, oh, why did I grab this? Oh yeah, I liked this thing or whatever. But there really wasn't a ton of things for them to go back to later and connect with online. So I was sort of hurting myself that way, but I was doing well at these conventions. Yes, the tangible part, but pandemic hits, right? Definitely sat down, focused for months on a website, did like the Shopify, got some help, you know, started listing tons of things, started figuring out this whole print on demand thing. So I can like list tons of colors of things and shirts and have it like ready to go. If people want to buy it, it prints, it ships, you know. So I figured some great, so there's like the great things out there, getting very heavily reliant on social media So yeah, that is really important, but I still feel like there's a hole, like an empty hole, like missing, and it's the conventions and the little pop-ups that I have done. People are like, oh, I'm so happy to touch things. I'm so happy to see things. There's some stuff that are new designs. They're super cute, haven't really sold. Take it to an event and people are like, oh my God, this is so great. So I feel like it's hard to give, I don't see it going totally virtual, but how do I know? I'm barely like figuring out TikTok. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't even touched TikTok. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna leave that to the young kids, okay? Like they can deal with that. I'm gonna stick to my Instagram. It took them forever to get me on Instagram, first
Same
of all.
here.
So
I was refusing for a little while as well. I feel you.
I mean, my mom is on TikTok and she's like, I follow this TikTok person. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't.
are you on TikTok?
Oh,
Are you on TikTok? Okay, but your mom is?
my mom's on.
I couldn't handle it, you guys. I did 2 videos and I did like the Monster Mash and like videotape some of my these planters I was making over the summer. And then I think I did one like little other one for, it's all product, right, with a song. But then I just got like really overwhelmed by it. But I know a lot of artists are doing that. They're making videos of themselves drawing things and like putting things together. And I'm just like, who has time for this? I need help. I mean, I spend a couple hours a day marketing, putting stories together, putting posts together, planning
copy. Yeah, coming up with things to say and new things to post. And I think that's what is interesting about social media for your business. It helps, but it's very, very, very time consuming. So much that for my job I have to do it, and I don't even go on mine almost ever.
You're like, I'm done with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could tell if I'm not working because I'm not on Instagram. And then when I'm working, I start with like, the morning, like I was telling them, I don't want to just start advertising stuff. So I just do like the morning walks and the pretty flowers and like the birds and stuff. And then I start going into like my advertisement for like some friends, but then I pop into some like funny memes. And like, I don't want it to be all just congested with all this just I know I'm shouting it out from the roof, like here are my friends, like go and check their pages out. But I don't want my Instagram just to be about that. So you have to kind of like play the trick and play the game and tell a story and stuff instead of just like add. But for you too, that's your job. You know what I mean? So you have to add. So is there besides notifications, right? Because we all know about notifications. I mean, does that even matter anymore?
I don't know. I mean, if people want to know every time you're posting, yeah, it does. But then I start getting annoyed because I follow some vintage dealers.
I follow so many people that I have notifications on.
Yeah. I'll put theirs on just so I don't miss something. Then I start getting annoyed because I'm like, okay, I don't want to know about every. But then I don't want to miss, a really special treasure. So yeah, I can see how it just depends on the person, but that's how you would definitely be notified. Okay, this person posted, but
Yeah, because we're trying to figure out that's, the Spotify, the notifications and the liking and so, oh yeah, you got to hit that like button. Oh, by the way, guys, if you're listening, we're on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube on the fly. That's us. Check us out.
Yeah. So I saw on your profile that you have so many different things, and you were saying you have printing and clothing. And is there something in particular that like really has been speaking to you in quarantine? And well, I guess first off, how have you been dealing with the last year?
Well, I had a moment of crazy. It's not really crazy, but creative crazy, where I was like, oh, the first stores I went to, because I was actually ordering groceries online in the beginning, and now I don't. But I finally went to, it's like a Michael's, but it's a larger craft store in downtown that has also like a plant area, and I have a wholesale account with them. So going there and like we were saying, touching stuff. I went there, and then there was all these plants and like fake plants and things. And then there was another one that I found, and I had found all these cute pumpkins, and I just sort of like exploded into this like I'm gonna make planters, and they're gonna look like tiki cocktails, but they're Halloween at the same time, and there's Venus flytraps. And so I turned my house into a, you know, a workshop, and I was like hot glue gunning stuff and putting like there was pieces of plants everywhere. I kind of went a little crazy, and so yeah.
But they look great. They look great. They're like, did you see? Like there's like cups or like, you know, coconuts, and then she has like the little straws and the umbrella, but then like plants in them and stuff. It was super cute. And you, yeah, you might have went crazy, but I mean, look at the art that you created.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of like therapy too, you know. I got so excited. Oh, and I also like built like a thing above my bed with a bunch of fake flowers, you know, like hanging down. You know, when you're at home also and you're working from home and you're, you know, not really out in the world the same way for not seeing people as much. Yeah, you start looking at your house too. I sort of went on a pillow craze and started buying all these pillows. Did you guys start redecorating? Like, did you start getting irritated with your home? Like, that's how I've been dealing.
I just
100%.
organizer, and I bought like all of these bins and the shelving, and was like, everything needs to get a place, and I totally did.
It's not bad though. That's like a good thing.
Well, I think that's like me and you say it all the time. We're like, you like the grind and the hustle that you kind of have to have in this day and age just really doesn't leave a lot of downtime. So like, you know, when we were at our lowest, I guess, point, it was like, RID, like, you know, that closet that you haven't got to, like, go get it done, you know? And like, I wanted to do a few paintings. And so it was like, go get those done. It was just like, it was just that good break to where you like had to kind of do those things that maybe are on your wish list that you didn't have time for. Totally. And then, you know, it grows.
Yeah, that's how I got to work on my website and organize finally and list more things and get a Shopify finally and you know, actually make a real website instead of this, you know, one that doesn't connect to your Instagram, even though right now it's not connected, but it will be again. I think it's connected to Facebook. It's weird. The shop is there, but I can't link anything. So, no swiping up.
Oh, it's like the shop, like the swipe up, right? And it links you all the way to it. I mean, that's really cool. It's like a one-step thing.
Yeah, like I can actually tag the product. You can just go right to it on the post or the story, but I can't do that right now. But
yeah, that's really cool.
There's a shop section, like it's like post, shops, and like or like video, and then your shop or whatever. You could still click on my shop, and then it shows all this stuff. But a lot of the new stuff, like all my springtime stuff, is not there. It's weird. It's like it's we're figuring. I'm troubleshooting it still. Like Facebook is getting back to me, but it's annoying. But yeah, anyway. But exactly, when you have that downtime, you can work on it at least.
Yeah. Is there anything that's like really kind of speaking to you over this year? Like, is there something that you know that really kind of? I know that the tiki plant that's really cool.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll be doing those again. That was like like I said, it was speaking to me at the time, and it's just a lot. But you know, carrying them around to event, and then shipping those. Oh my God, it was a little. They did get attention. They did sell. I sort of made way too many, and so I still have a little bit left. And I put them on sale, and they're getting damaged while I'm transporting them places, and I'm just like, okay, I'm not doing this again to myself, but. I don't know, who knows? I might. You know, I had like a really cute, like, you know, fancy one that I made in a vintage glass, and I was like, maybe I'll do some random ones for like oddity shows in the future. But that was speaking to me. But honestly, just getting to draw again, because I wasn't drawing that much. I started out drawing stuff, then I got so busy, and I didn't really work on it as much. And I started meeting tons of great graphic artists, you know, through the field that I was in anyway, that I still work with a few different people, and I just give them my concept from beginning to end. I give them full inspo, everything that I want, you know, and I pay them for the job. But now I'm starting to do some of my own as well. Like, oh yeah, here, like this was one that I did during Valentine's, you know, so just things like this, and like this one is new. Mermaid.
Yes, the mermaid one. You have like the whole daisies and stuff. Oh, I think it's super cute.
Thank you.
What like even inspired you to do that? Because you come up with like you kind of bounce around, and I love everything that you bring to the table, but it's something new every time. So you came out with the whole like, what is it, 60s, 70s, like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 60s, right? The whole
65.
daisy thing. And I thought that was super cute. And now it's like the spider web and the roses, which I love too, by the way. So yeah, I just love everything you bring to the table. So
Thanks.
what inspires you? What, like, why did
I go that route? Well, if
yeah.
you might notice, like there's always like a nautical and a like a kind of like a horror theme in everything I do, pretty much. And that's just been me forever. Like when I was younger, I was just like obsessed with mermaids and under the ocean stuff. And like I used to have like a little shelf with sand and seashells in my bedroom and like all these like posters and stuff. And then I loved all kinds of like cute, creepy things, like old monsters and Halloween. Well, my younger sister is born on Halloween, so we just always had little Halloween parties, and so Halloween was very infused in my life. And then, so I listen to oldies a lot. I'm very stuck in the 60s, I guess, and 50s, but also in the 90s and 80s and the 70s. So, I'm not very much a modern music girl. There's some new stuff I like, but I'm an oldie. So I think it just translates into everything that I do. And so for springtime, I wanted to get more seasonal. And that's also maybe what this whole year has brought to me, has been like more intentional. Because before it was always like, just making whatever the hell I wanted. It was always like, cool, I love this and I love this, mix them together. Cool, and I was just doing from the heart, whatever I wanted. And now I'm like, okay, be a little more intentional, go with the seasons, still doing whatever the hell I want from the heart as well. Like you've seen, like this is, I got the pins. These guys came from old references. She's wearing a really old bathing suit from the mid-century, and then his kind of is supposed to match. And the way that, like, oh, you can't see it on this, but sorry, my chair's squeaking. There's rope around like the original design where I have it on like the tote bags and stuff. That's from like old Hawaiian cocktail napkins and stuff. So that's where it comes from. Just everything that I love, and I just sort of like mix it up together. But like the spider webs you're talking about, I have that. I did like a Christmas one with this, and so I had like a holly leaf, and like the spiders were black, and that did so well. And I put peppermints on the little spider, so that one was like a Christmas winter. That one did so well, and people really responded to it. I decided I wanted to do a different one seasonally, just because it kind of gives you that like season and a little spooky and a little naturey. I just like me. I'm not like super, super dark. I'm a little more bright and fun and colorful when it comes to my horror and things that I like, that are spooky. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I totally get what you're talking about. Yeah.
I feel like that is like a mix that, like, in our group of friends has kind of always been that. It's like we love to be like pretty and glittery and this way, but then like also really love like the gothy. And I think like the mixture of all, and then like within like the centuries, there's so many cool things to pick out from each one. So like brilliant to just push it all in together,
mash everything together. That's why I love her. I actually just purchased that because Mama has money now, and I've been eyeing the bride and the monster on the beach with the lobster play suits and everything. And I'm like, I tell my monster, I'm like, we're gonna get that because there's another girl, Violet and May. She does a bunch of play suits and stuff. So I really want her to like do that because I think that's the epitome of me and my monster. So when she came out with that, I was like, I need it like ASAP. Oh my god, I love all her stuff. Like, yeah.
Wow.
Like,
wait till you see the creature one that's coming next from the same artist that I work with. We're doing another follow-up to this one that's like a creature and a lady. So I'm not going to spoil that, but that should be like coming for summer.
Yeah, a little spoiler alert. I already heard that. So hey, oh yes,
like,
I can't wait.
Love it. Yeah, I know you're a creature girl.
Great.
Well, you're a monster girl. Period.
Yeah. So do you have any like upcoming events or anything? Because I know there's like slowly but surely we're getting a little events. I don't know about you guys in New York, but we're starting to get little events, and they're like limited capacity though. So you have to buy tickets in order to go to these events.
Yeah, or you reserve. Yeah. I have they're gonna be for May because April I'm actually like I'm gonna go to Hawaii to visit my friend. So I'm taking the time now. Normally April is insane for me. It's like Viva Las Vegas, Monsterpalooza, and Dapper Day. Everything's like bam, 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 sometimes overlapping. So since everything's canceled, I'm just like gonna take the opportunity. And she has a car and a house over there, and it's like, okay, I'm coming. Now's the time.
I've been in April before, and April's such a wonderful time to go because it's not touristy yet. It's not too hot yet. It's like
perfect. Well,
it's perfect. What island are you going to go to?
I'm going to go to Maui.
Oh yeah, that's going to be fun. You're going to have so much fun. Oh, the weather over there is delicious.
Right island I haven't been to, so I'm stoked. Yeah, I'm so excited. But after that, like May 1st at the Heritage Square, which is like the Victorian homes in Highland Park, there's something called Spooky Swap Meet that's going to happen there, and it's going to be for 2 days. That's the next one that's coming up, and it's going to be a couple vendors like myself, and then the rest is going to be like vintage dealers selling like old Halloween stuff and all that stuff. And it already sold out, but they will probably open up reservations like that weekend because they think that maybe there'll be more the guidelines might lift a little more by then.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah, every week it's like a new thing. It's something new and everybody has to readjust to everything. So yeah, coming up in May, we might be open fully. You never even know. So
work at?
Yeah, I mean, they're already talking about opening up fully over here by the bars and stuff. I'm already seeing people at the bars. So, and we're already letting people start ordering from the bars now. How are you guys doing over there in New York?
No, they're letting us open concerts on April 2nd at 33 capacity. Yeah. And
what, like outdoor or indoor?
Indoor.
Oh, wow.
But they're just not, it's still all the regulations, which makes it like very difficult. Like I'm in a very small venue, like 15 cap. So it doesn't work for us, but hopefully they just keep it going as more people get vaccinated.
Yeah. The more people get vaccinated, the better shape we'll be.
Yeah.
And then you said, did you get your second round already?
No, I go a week from Thursday to get my second.
And you go today?
Yeah, I have it scheduled today. So
are you gonna get the Johnson one or are you gonna get the other one where you have to have 2 doses?
It's probably gonna be 2 doses. Yeah.
Okay.
It's at Rite Aid. They haven't even told, it doesn't even tell you what you're getting.
It doesn't even tell you still? Oh shit.
I'll find out when I go. But I'll be in Hawaii, so I have to talk to them and be like, I'm leaving for Hawaii like right when the second one is due, so I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go to Viva this year? It's in September.
In September, yeah. I mean, I vend at Viva at the car show, so I just rolled everything over. So
perfect.
Yeah, I'm
perfect. Yeah, we're gonna go too. Tickets are only $200. We want to go. We were already planning to go last year, and so I've been following her forever, but I met her 2 years ago, actually face to face at Viva. You remember it was like windy as fuck, and like all the booths were all the booths were like picking up.
We all had to shut down early. It was like
it was crazy. We're like, what the hell? But yeah, so we're gonna head out there, so it'll be fun. I think it'll be really fun.
Hang out this time,
Yeah.
Like that's half the fun of Viva. Like I like that I vend one day because when you vend indoors, you're just like, it's like 10 in the morning to 1 in the morning. It's just like, and it's like 6 days in a row or something. But I mean, it's great for money. But if you're a small business, how can you do that? So the car show is great, and then I can enjoy my time the rest of the time and hang out. And I think there's also a bowling alley. You can like vend at that too. I haven't done that one yet. It's like
the punk rock bowling. Are you talking about that one? At the end?
In Viva, they have a Friday. There's bowling inside, and there's like a couple vendors pop up during the times when you can be bowling. So but no, I haven't done punk rock bowling. But my friend has Double Trouble Apparel. She also does Viva and the bowling there. She says it's great. I haven't done it yet though. I feel like it conflicts with another thing I do. There's only so much.
Yeah, because it's right away. It's Viva, and then like 2 weeks later, it's punk rock bowling. Okay. So it was always like my boyfriend, either one. He was like, I want to go to punk rock. I'm like, I want to go to Viva. So I would go to Viva, and he would, go to. But like, hey.
I want to
can't
do this. He wants to do this, but we do what Mama wants.
Ding, 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 ding. It's great.
Oh, how fun though. And
Yeah.
And bars are there too, so it's always fun to like get off campus and go to the Golden Tiki and Frankie's and then come back. And
Oh yeah, we definitely have to go to those places this year because of COVID and all this stuff that happened in Vegas, of all those places closing down. I mean, everybody closed down, but come on now, Vegas. I mean, to see Times Square not full, to see Vegas Strip closed down, it's just like to see LA not open at all. It's just weird, you know? And all those places are old school. They're all vintage. They've been here forever. And look at all the places in LA that have been closed down. All those places, I mean, just in the community I'm talking about, like with, you know, the gay community, with all the clubs and bars up there, they've all been closed down. And some of those bars have been around for 40 something years, you know? So
that's the hard part to see.
yeah. So we have to go and like throw some money at these people for sure.
Well,
Or we're not going to have these places.
Yeah, like those tiki bars have been open for a while. I know some people that went during Christmas and they were inside, and I was like, what? How's that happening? But yeah, over in at Golden Tiki, and so there were like reservations, but they were able to do it. So hopefully they're staying alive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go throw money at them anyway when
yeah, let's go get really wasted on some rum drinks and have a great time.
Let's extend our trip so that we can like go home Monday. I hate going home on the Sunday. It's like so.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna come home on Monday because we're gonna stay for the pool party, because we usually get up and we go and like say hi and bye to everybody, and then we take off. And we usually drive. Well, I don't drive. Julie drives.
Well, I don't do it.
Yeah, I don't drive because I get tickets. Like I want to get there fast, and then we end up having a ticket. So instead of getting the ticket, we're just going to use that money to get on a plane. so yeah, we'll be leaving on Monday. So yeah, we'll have fun.
Well, then we can hang out at the pool. That's usually when it's really chill too, and there's not like a ton of people. It's just nice. So you can like just hang out with your friends and not deal with the line. And yeah, I'm looking. Any other trips you have in mind besides Hawaii and Vegas? Actually, I'm going to Palm Springs on Thursday for a few days because I'm turning 40 on Thursday.
Yay! Congratulations! Yeah. Wait, how long are you going to be there? Because I'm going to be there on Sunday.
Shut up! Well, I don't know, but I'm supposed to. I just booked 2 nights. However, if some of my friends want to stay Saturday, I might book at another hotel that's cheaper or something. I got myself an expensive room for like Thursday, Friday, because I'm like,
yes,
40, you know. But I
gotta turn it up, girl. Turn it up. Turn it up. It's 40. I can't look at you. You look so young.
Thanks.
You see her, man. We look good for our age. Oh,
thanks, girl. Let's hope it stays that way.
You know what? You know why, right? You know why? Do you have kids? See?
That's why. Yeah, that's probably why. I have no kids.
They're like little vampires. They suck the soul out of you.
They're like on Hocus Pocus, how they go.
They're taking hours.
It's like a sick joke. It's vice versa. They just your coolness and your youth just go.
Yep. It makes sense.
Into your cute little bodies.
That's why being an auntie is the key. You know, you can just dip in and dip out. You're like, hey, I'm here. I brought all the crafts. Let's hang out. And then you're like, okay, bye.
Yeah, and you're the cool auntie because you have all the crafts and the glue and the glitter and the crayons and all this stuff. And it's fun getting gifts for the kids because you know that they're going to make a mess out of the house and you can just leave.
You're like, have fun with that. Here's the gifts.
Bye, guys. Enjoy this loud ass this toy.
I always do things that look really cool. So I'll be like, silly putty, stickers, like all those things. And parents are like, thank you for having stickers all over my house. And some of them I can't get off. It's like, they were cool. I'm going to get so much shit back from all those people for sure.
Oh, man.
Guess what I'm going to get you when I see you? A sticker book. Get you a sticker book.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
So, I guess one of the questions that we always ask everybody is there anything in particular that you're going to take away and bring into post apocalypse? No, post COVID.
It's called AC, right? After COVID.
After COVID, yes.
Yeah, it's BC before COVID, and then AC after COVID.
Because I think it's really important to kind of take those positive aspects out of something so negative. So is there anything in particular that really speaks out to you that you want to take into 2022?
More intention with things that I do and with the people that I choose to keep in my life, really, or spend my time with. Because, this is where you weed out like some of the people that maybe you just like were hanging out with just because they were there or whatever. That's kind of mean to say, but not just because they were there, but I think it's going away from this. You're really knowing who's really important in your life and worth, like who really steps up and like is in your life. Not just there, and also they're not just reaching out to you because they're lonely and they just want someone to hang out with, and they actually care about you. People who asking how you're doing. So I think that, and how important my family is, because I definitely I won't see people for like a whole week or two leading up to seeing my family, because thank God they're starting to get vaccinated now. But before that, I was always so worried about being somebody who was going to be carrying it and not knowing, and then getting them. I didn't want to get them sick. So yeah, putting everyone on hold and like knowing that my family is really important and stuff like that. Like that's going to carry through too. Priorities, I think. Priorities in what I do with my time.
100%. That's what we were talking about. Like knowing those people that show up for you. Have those people been around? I mean, there was a lot of emotions going on last year, and for people to check up on me, especially, and I don't even know people, was awesome. So I'm appreciative of that. But then too, your friends too, who were there? They weren't there. Then you know what? If you don't have time for me, I don't really have time for you, because everybody else had time for me, and everybody else showed up. So yeah, definitely that, and priorities for sure. Priorities is a big thing, and knowing your limit too, because I know, like with us in general too, because we work in a bar industry, so it's a lot, and sometimes we start doing things that we wouldn't necessarily want to do, but we're doing it because we have to do it, or we feel like we have to do it, but we don't have to. That's the thing. We don't have to. We're choosing to do it, because we're nice people. But definitely realizing your worth and putting things into perspective is definitely something that I think everybody learned. Yeah. Because you just said it right there. You said exactly what we've been saying.
It's just like, I feel like having those valuable things, like people and family, and where you spend your time. I think we've gotten so like gradually progressive of like how fast we move and all the things that we need to do, and to stop that was like a big like reality check of people's like you're doing inventory on your life and and who you come in contact with, and we've been saying the same exact thing. It's so interesting.
It's true. I think we're all feeling it really, really hard. And I was going so fast too. Like I am a very social person, but I was going out 3 times a week, and then on the weekends, I would be vending like every other weekend. I would like schedule in my family, every couple of weeks. I would go and try to see my niece, like I want to see them grow up, and I'm close with my sisters and my parents, and then I have friends, and then to break up my weeks of working, especially when you're working from home, except when I'm at an event, it's like Groundhog's Day, like it kind of hit harder when you're quarantined. But or I would be like, hey, I'm going to have dinner with this friend, and then that would be my evening. Or I would go to the movies, or I had a Disneyland pass. I would go for the afternoon or go for the evening and meet up with friends. And, the Disneyland days were also important for business as well. And that all went away. So that was difficult, especially when you live alone like myself. So depression.
Same thing. Like we went from seeing how many people a day to like nobody.
Yeah.
So yeah, same thing with you. You've gone all the places that you go to.
Yeah.
Yep, there's tons of people at conventions and stuff. You went from seeing everybody to nobody.
Yeah. Yeah. No, really. Yeah. I didn't even realize that part too, that I was used to, I was used to having so much customer interaction and then having like little dates with my friends, and like breaking up the work week that way. And like, those are my stress relievers. So it was different. Yeah, very different. So thanks for the people who checked up on me because, or the new friendships that kind of came out of this during the shutdown, because that was hard for me emotionally, because I'm a very social person. And not having, it could be good or bad. Sometimes when you're stuck at home with somebody, that really makes or break your situation. And so I didn't have anybody, so I didn't have any breaking up to do. But I've heard a lot of shifts happen in a lot of people's lives.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it definitely made or break. But it's the same thing with your friendships too. It's still a relationship, and that still made or broke your friendship too. And same thing with, relationships and stuff. But I mean, we got through it, but a lot of people were not fortunate, and it kind of sucks for those people. But there was a lot of relationships that bloomed out of it, and there's a lot of kids now because of it. So I mean, there's so many new kids. I'm like, did you forget to pull out? Like, come on now. I know where you're going, but like, relax. No, so yeah, it's good. But now back to life, right? Getting out there and seeing those people and having fun again. So we're almost at 100%. Let's go, people.
Let's keep going. Yeah, it's been okay to wear a mask, during the colder times I've been vending, and plus I'm like, oh, I don't have to worry about lipstick or like dealing with my face, But during the heat, I remember I did like a couple, and I was like, oh my god, it's so sweet. So we'll see how it goes this summer. I don't know. I don't know what events I'm doing really that I'm still going to be doing during the summer, but that's.
You said Disney Pass. Are you excited that Disney's going to be opening?
I'm also skeptical about it.
So I heard that April 1st, but that's April Fool's Day. So I don't know if somebody's playing a joke or what.
They're fooling us. No, it's April 30th. They announced that they'll be doing like 15% capacity. And it's
there you go.
But I don't know what's going to, obviously I can't get a pass again the same way that I had it. So who knows? Like people are going to be on the internet, crashing the internet, trying to reserve. Who knows? So I'll just be kind of watching. Like I'll go in May if I can get in there. If not, then we'll see.
What did they do with the annual pass holders? Did they like refund everybody, or is it like promised when it comes back, or?
I was on a monthly payment plan, and so people who paid in full for the year, they get the opportunity to go back or get refunded. Mine just like stopped payment basically, and then they refunded a little bit of it, and then they're calling us legacy pass holders now. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Really.
It sounds cool.
We're legacy, and we
legacy holders. I feel like you need a sword too when you say that.
Right? We're superheroes now, and we can fly in and out of the park. There's so many of us, so I think what they're gonna do is the rumors are is that they're gonna have maybe something come back, but it's pay in full for the whole year, no payment plans, because there was just too many people going, like myself, just on the regular. I wasn't going that much, but there were people that were going every day, every other day, every week, and like cluttering up the park. And it can't be that crowded again, which I'm looking forward to it not being that crowded again. So we'll see.
Yeah, because then you can go and see things and like enjoy it instead of just being around a bunch of munchkins that I know it's your park, kid, but it's mine too. And it was mine first. Like,
well, it was mine first.
That's what it's like meant to be, right? Like I watched Imagineering, and I'm like all Disney right now, but it was like meant to be equally enticing for the adults that it is for the children. So it's like
it's true, because why would they set up like Club 33? Why would they set up like Walt had all this like little speakeasy lounge places? There was no alcohol back then in Disneyland. There kind of is now, just in like those little like secret part, like the Star Wars thing and the Club 33. But the California Adventure is all about eating and drinking, and it became, it's definitely, there's so much fun to be had as an adult. I would go on like a couple rides and then just be chilling out with my friends and like drinking, and they'd go to the tiki bar or go to the, and like there's really good food at the hotels and stuff. And yeah, it's not just for the kids. So I don't know. It's a stress reliever too. It's really fun atmosphere. So I don't know. People complain, but it's like about the adults that go to Disneyland. But I'm like, you're not doing it right.
Yeah, you're not doing it right if you're not having fun. If you're not seeing pixie dust all over the place and you're not talking to Mickey, something's wrong with you. Because when I go there, I'm having a good time.
I see all kinds of pixie dust and stars.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But I heard like now they're not going to have parades. They're not going to have any fireworks or anything like that for a while, just because they don't want people gathering anywhere.
Wow, that sucks for all those the actors though. You know what I mean? Imagine the cast for the whole parade not having a job. Like that must crush them too, because that's their only source of income and outlet, like artistic outlet,
Right? It's such a big deal to even get that job in the first place. Yeah. I wonder.
Tell them all to come to the drag bars and in the gay clubs. We need hiring. We already have a couple of Aladdins that work. They're like, oh yeah, I used to play Aladdin. I'm like, you do look like Aladdin. I thought so. I was we get a lot of them that used to work at Disneyland. So come on over, guys.
Practice to keep. I mean, you have to keep it up somehow. There's so many jobs that you could do, but yeah, I mean, you need the indoors. That's the hard part for those kinds of jobs. I mean, unless you're in a parade, but yeah, you need an audience, and that's like so tough.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you, do you feel like because your art almost kind of is like very similar, it's very bright and colorful, and you have all those influences, do you just love that aspect of Disneyland?
The brightness and the colorful, yeah, it's so aesthetically pleasing. I mean, there's so much detail, so when I'm there I'm like, like I do a thing too anywhere I go where I notice all the clamshells everywhere. Obviously I like little clamshells, but I'll notice it in the architecture of things, and I'm always taking pictures of it. And Disneyland actually has it in the gates. They have it in some of the, like, especially in the New Orleans area, because they have that a lot in their architecture. So it's fun to find all those things. And then also all the plants at Disneyland are very well curated and to cohabit in each area. And there's even stuff you could eat, which, I mean, I don't eat it, but there's some edible stuff. I don't know everything. I'm not like a tour guide. I don't know everything about the parks and stuff. I'm not one of those people that has all the knowledge, but I do have my little pockets of things that I know. But yeah, it is, especially like Haunted Mansion and Pirates. I go in there and I'm just like, I like love everything in there. And
I always see something new every time I go, and I've been going there forever. So I'm like, are you guys putting these extra things in, or what? Have you always been here? But as older you get, the more things you notice and stuff. I feel like as a kid, you have the blind eye to all the cool artistic stuff. Whereas you're just looking at like Mickey Mouse and having a good time. Whereas when you get older, maybe you're a little stoned when you're there, you start seeing things differently. You know what I mean? You start seeing Mickeys all over the place. Like, right? How many hidden Mickeys can you see? Well, I can see all of them because I'm not fucked up. But yeah. True. Yeah, those hidden Mickeys are fun to find. Like that, I think that's like really cool, and that's like something for adults too. Like find the hidden Mickeys, because I don't know a lot of kids that know about that. But all the adults do.
Yeah. See, there's something for everybody. There's something for everybody. It's fun. It's fun to look at everything. It's fun finding those things too. You're just like, well, I didn't know. Oh, hey, like
I worked at Disneyland, and it was like by far like the most amazing job. If I could ever do it again, I would. But it was so cool because the backstage is just as cool as, maybe not as cool, but it's pretty close. Like they have like these big eating halls, and everything is decorated really nice. And you'd see the princesses like in their bloomers, like outfits, like grabbing lunch really quick. And they have like different kind of places that you go, and they would have transportation that would take you to like whatever land you were, so that you don't have to. The attention to detail is, they have like, you go into, so like you don't have to be in Tomorrowland dressed as somewhere else, there was all these back, transportation things.
Oh,
And
so
yeah, it was so cool. And then you would see like they did everything back there. So like you would see them, all the outhouses or greenhouses, I'm sorry, that have like all the plants, and they would just come and take out the bad plants and put in the new plants, and like they would create the Christmas tree, and like
oh my gosh.
it was the coolest. And that's where like like Pooh would go and take his head off and like take a minute break, and they only work I think like
30 minutes at a time. Yeah, right. Because
They only work what? They only how many hours?
like half-hour stints.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It just is like that attention to detail and kind of like all the training that you have to go to get there is just like what makes it special. And I feel like that is like that's what's like I think what makes such a lasting impression is that like I mean the way you talk to people, like the way that they encourage like the princesses have to know everything about, like, so Snow White has to know everything and anything about that movie. And if the kids ask them, like, well, how come? Because kids, they're like, how come the prince showed up so late? Or like, like whatever they ask, they have to have, like the
yeah,
answers
to know what they're talking about. Yeah.
And like you have to like be able to say, why is Mickey here and not there if they ask. So it's like everybody's got to play along, and it's just it's the coolest place ever. I would definitely.
Now I want to go behind the scenes.
Oh,
I
you
know.
so cool back there. I used to, because you can't not be a cast member to go back there. Like you have like a little lanyard that you have to wear when you're backstage. Yeah. But I would always be like, because you know me, like I cannot hold a secret. Like if I buy you something, I'm gonna tell you like right now because I can't like wait. So it would just kill me to be like, oh, like if you go right behind this wall, like there's yeah, I would just like killed me not to share. It's so cool though. I think everyone should work.
Like what did you do? Or did you operate a ride?
I worked in stores. So I did mostly Adventureland and then a little bit of like a little bit of the others, but mostly Adventureland. Yeah, it was the fact. New Orleans was like my favorite because the dresses were so cute and
yeah, they need to wear some cute outfits.
I know they had changed things. I wore like a Little House on the Prairie outfit, and then so I used to just love to get dressed, and I think they ended up making that kind of across the board. But like even when you go in as a cast member, they have this huge warehouse, and it'll be like, okay, my outfit is this shirt, this pant, this bloomer, this hat, and then you go, and it's just like. You just push a button and it kind of gets to your size and you take it off and you scan it, and then you put your whole outfit together and you scan it and you go like upstairs and like go into a locker, put your outfit on, and you show up like an hour before your shift. It's the coolest place to work.
Oh my God, what the hell, man? Nobody ever told me that experience over there. Like, yeah, I like your version better. So, yes. Why haven't we seen this on Netflix? Like BTS of Disneyland or something, like the cool things that you don't see.
Yeah, behind the scenes, they don't want.
I'm sure there's got to be something out there. It's Google. They know everything.
Yeah, I know that. Well, yeah, but it's a secret. Like like kids are not supposed to see characters without their mask or all behind the scenes stuff. But who knows? Maybe there's a documentary coming. Who knows?
That's going to be true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work there. I know. It's I mean, what did they say? 11,000 people got their jobs back, but I mean, that's not even as much as there was before, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They lay off like 28,000 people.
That was a lot of people. And the fact that they paid everybody for a good, 2 months? Was it 2 months they paid everybody or a month? They paid all their employees money.
They paid a little bit, but then I think they furloughed everybody because my mom was an Imagineer. I don't think he got his job back yet. I don't know if that's
I mean, but just to have like something that they gave you out of everybody, like all over the place, is crazy. Right. And the fact that they're still open is crazy because they own so much land. And it's not just here. It's in Florida, Epcot. the safari area, like, oh, like that's a lot of money to keep all those animals fed and like, you know what I mean? That's a lot. So hey, go to Disneyland, spend your money, spend your money. Look at all the Disney stores that are closing down too, you know? So
in the malls and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But like Disney World's been open this entire time. It never shut.
Because it was in Florida, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was asking, if they were open. So they were open.
They were open the entire time. I kind of regret not just biting the bullet and just going while it was completely empty. Because now I think
yeah. Because I just started seeing people going there, like recently, actually. I know about 4 different people that were going there. I'm like, oh, is it open now? But it's been open this whole time.
It's open. I've seen people going since last year, but
wow,
it was like, do I want to fly over there? Do I want to deal with the airports? And like, it was a little scary going to Florida, but I don't know. This whole thing has been so confusing.
Florida, Texas, there's a bunch of states that didn't even close down. So, and they're all fine right now.
I know. So it's very confusing.
I know. You know, that was something we talked about last week on the podcast, was like how confusing all of this information makes it really difficult to like navigate and create your own. And then like some things like truths or not truths and this side and that side. And it's just like,
well, like, are all those people in Florida and Texas and all the other states that weren't closed, are they all going to get the vaccine? Like, they were already open this whole time. So I don't think they are, you know, like, what's the point, you know, if they were already open this whole time? So then it's like, okay, do you or do you not? Like, you have people that are, you have people that aren't, you have people that aren't, you have people that are in states and cities and stuff. Like some cities, they don't even care. Huntington Beach doesn't care. So are they getting vaccinated? You know what I mean? Like, so
it's going to be really interesting. I don't think we're done yet, but I think that, we're on our way to mending. I think we have some more time.
Yeah, we're not 100% yet. What? I think we're like 67%.
That's a really specific number.
Yeah. I didn't want to say 75 because I felt like that was like too much. And we're not quite there yet. Like, you know, you're still not open. I'm still not open. There's still not conventions. I feel like once conventions start, maybe that's 75%. And then after that, then, you know.
I miss it so much. I know it's safe to do, but it's just like, I miss the smell of the conventions. I miss the setting up, even though it's like so sweaty and sometimes really obnoxious setting up. You know, I miss it. I miss the hustle and bustle. I miss seeing all the people. I miss like being scared to run to the bathroom because I don't have anybody to watch my booth. Like, I still miss
it's the little things that you're like yearning for.
Yeah, I'm like,
you're just like
worried to go leave my booth because there's so many people constantly coming in wanting to buy things. Yeah, I miss it. I miss I miss meeting new people. I miss seeing their costumes. I miss seeing their excitement. I miss them coming up to the booth and being like, "Oh, I've been waiting for this. I want this and this," and it gets them excited. You know, like I only get a little bit of that where I see the excitement and see people like, you know, I've had some pop-ups, so I've been getting that, which is nice, but I think it's not the same. Something's not the same. It still doesn't feel the same. You know?
I know, like, I used to just kind of save up and gear to knowing I'm just going to spend a bunch of money at this.
Right.
Like, so I feel like people are going to just love it more than ever. You have to, right? Like, we're just social creatures.
People are going to be so excited to go again, I think.
Oh, Viva, I will definitely drop. Yeah, I'll drop some bills over there for sure. I'll be like, I haven't seen anything and I haven't had any money to buy anything. Like, give me everything now.
That's the hard part, you know, even when you're working, you're just like, okay, I made some money, and then you just go and take it to another booth.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I mean, that's what's making the whole world work though. You know what I mean? Like, everybody got their stimulus and their EDD and all that stuff. So where are they going? Because now the bars are open. They're coming to us. We're so happy to see you giving us freaking fat tips too. And it's like, you guys were literally your own bartender this whole year. Like, you want to come out, but hey, give me the money because I need the money, you know? So, and then we, as us, I'm like, I have money. Here you go, Sara. Give me all your artwork. Give me everything.
We still need to go to Strongwater. Sorry, there's like construction going on. I don't know if you guys hear the craziness.
No, we don't hear it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Strong Water is a deaf and bamboo club for sure too.
Yes, we need.
So, yeah, I got my set days. So Sundays and Mondays.
Cool. And I see that's what I like working for myself is that I can do Monday and it's less crowded places because I will work the weekends too. So I can like shift around my weekdays and like work at night instead of the day and go do something in the day. Like I can kind of shift it around, which is awesome. And I appreciate that I have that ability to do that.
You said that you had gone full time with your stuff you had 2019, like the whole year.
Yeah, I pretty much, yeah, because it was at the end of 2018, and I like immediately scheduled all these things where I was like, well, I want to do the Hukilau in Florida. Well, I want to go to Portland, Oregon, and do this one that I kind of couldn't do before. Especially the last 3 years of my career, I like was the higher up you go, the more responsibilities you have, and I was just kind of like it was very. When I took that job, I specifically gave them dates of things that I was like, I need all of these like Fridays or Mondays, like throughout the season, like off for these events that I already have booked. And they're like, okay, yeah, as long as you have your team, on top of it. But all the extra stuff, I knew I couldn't do, like stuff that was like further out of state. Like it was, like the Vivas and all the other things that I knew I was going to be doing, but I had to really pick and choose. So yeah, it really took the cake in 2019. And I was like, I'm going, and I like figured out Southwest has 2 check bags, like I can like how much can I fit in these suitcases and like shrink down like some teas. Like I couldn't obviously take everything, so I would like do it. And then when at the end of 2019 December, my car broke down, and it was a Nissan Versa. It was a little hatchback, and I used to shove everything in there. I used to be able to fit a whole booth in there, but I would have to leave some things out. I couldn't obviously fit everything. And I always wanted to get a van, but I had that car for 12 years and it just died. And I was moving at the same time. It was like this whole big thing that all of it happened at once in my life. And then I got a van finally where the seats go all the way down. I can fit my booth I can definitely take so much more. And I was like, I'll travel with it. And then the pandemic happened and I was like, oh man.
No. Was that your third? Because it always comes in 3, so that was probably the third one, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It all. Yeah. Exactly. Like all of it happened at the same time. It was such a weird thing. Yeah. But it's okay. I think I think it all happened at the timing was the way it needed to be.
Yeah. Well, because you have your own business, you're loving it. You were creative last year. You have a van now. Now it's only up from here. I mean, we can't go down. That we were already down.
Yeah,
there's only up from here.
You're right.
Yeah, you took that time to like figure that puzzle out. Now it's like, here's my puzzle.
Yeah. Now it's like, okay, got the van. Okay, now I'm putting concentrated effort online marketing that I wasn't doing as much before. So I think I've been like training this past year to get myself ready for when the conventions come back and more travel, that I'll have a legit like hair, and then they can actually go to the website and Instagram and be like, oh, okay, I can find all this stuff that I saw and more, and not just be like, oh, okay, she didn't have any of that stuff on her site. Like I sucked before, man. I sucked online. It was just terrible. I felt so bad. People would be like, I'm like, what was that thing I saw at your booth? I'm like, sorry, dude.
Yeah, it's not there anymore. I'm sorry, guys.
Sorry, I'm too busy.
Next time you should buy it.
Yeah.
What's your favorite convention?
Oh, that's a tough one. But I gotta say, Monsterpalooza, I think, still is my favorite. I don't know why, but I mean, I do know why. I really enjoy it. And they have one. I enjoy both because they have one in Burbank, and it's a smaller one, and it's like more intimate. And then they moved their spring one to the Pasadena Convention Center, and it's bigger. I love both so much.
Indy?
Yeah, I've been to the Pasadena one. Yeah, that's the bigger one. I like that one.
Yeah, I love both. And I love the crowd, and I love the vibe there, and I love just the way that they run it. It's just, it's great. And I just had so many memorable, and there's been a few like little celebrities that have bought things from me. Like I met Benicio del Toro, and he was like kind of like with a hat, sunglasses, like he was like in disguise anyway. But I was like, sorry, Benicio, that I'm gonna blast you right now, but like his credit card got declined, and then I looked at, and then I realized who it was, and I was like, oh my god, because I had to tell him, like, oh sir, do you have another one?
Wait, how does that even work? Like, dude, you have money.
Shopping too much. If you know when you're like out and you're spending at different places,
Yeah.
maybe it was just like an alert, like, is your credit card stolen? You know?
Yeah.
So he just grabbed another one. He's like, oh, okay, but he lifted his sunglasses up, and then I was like,
You're like, it is you.
yeah. And one of the witches from Hocus Pocus, you know, not Winnie, what's the ones with the crooked mouth, one that rides the vacuum, she bought some stuff for me.
Oh, what's her real name though? But yeah,
I always forget. I remember it and then I forget, and I feel like a jerk because she's so cute, and she's like
she's so cute. She lost so much weight, and they had that whole second Hocus Pocus 2. Yeah, was it 2, or it was like for like a charity event or something like that?
Yeah, it was like a charity
so
event.
like all 3 of them came back. Did you see that?
Well,
oh my god, it was fun.
They're gonna be actually filming a second movie, apparently.
Yes.
And all 3 of them signed up for it. So
yep, they all love it, and all of them together just for like the BTSs and stuff. It was really funny. Her name is Kathy.
Yes. Okay. Kathy bought.
How do you see her last name? Najimy. Jamni. Jahimi. Sorry. I'm sorry. We love you. We love you. Okay. I have you right here behind me. We're good.
What?
Oh, I have little Funkos of them. I have like the Hocus Pocus Funkos.
Oh, you got her Funko.
Yeah, so she has her little vacuum cleaner and everything.
Hard to like pronounce people's names, you know? Like
yeah. Well, I thought your name was Sara this whole time. It's not.
It definitely looks like it is, you know, because it's spelled like that, but there's no H. And this is my battle with people, is like, I'm glad you're fine with it and you're like, cool, okay, that's your name. But
wait, if there's an H, you say what?
Sara, you know, has an H at the end of it. Sara is no H. It's not common knowledge. It's just I'm Iranian and I'm Mexican, and in both languages you pronounce the name that way, and that's just how it is. And so, you know, that's just how it is. And I think also in Hebrew, which I'm not, but you know, it also means princess.
Oh, princess! I love that.
My middle name means Jasmine. There.
Princess Jasmine, you're fucking Princess Jasmine. You're like the real Princess Jasmine, and Mexican and Iranian.
Yeah.
I love that mixture. That's awesome.
Half over here.
I love it.
Thanks. Yeah. So it's like I have to explain that to people sometimes when they're just like, "Why isn't it just Sara? Can't I just call you Sara?" I'm like, "No." My parents made such a big deal about it, and it stuck with me. You know, I appreciate it now. That like I appreciated it once I became an adult. You know, there's a period of time where I was rejecting it, you know, letting people call me Sara in high school and stuff, because it's just so embarrassing.
Well,
to correct it.
Yeah, but you have to correct people. You have to know, like you have. I mean, it's your name. You know what I mean? Don't let other people call you by a name that you're. When I'm calling my customer Ray still. Okay, never mind.
Well, at that point, it becomes a nickname.
Yeah, it's a nickname for sure.
Like his pet name.
I think when you get older too, you tend to like really like appreciate your culture a lot more. I think when I was younger, I was kind of like, you know, and then the older I get, the more I love like the history and the culture and like want to be involved in that too.
I agree. I mean, I regret not learning both languages fluently. So, you know, I wish that's something I took more seriously when I was younger. And I mean, I don't blame my parents either. They were having a hard time with it. They tried with my oldest sister, but she was answering in English in both languages. They would speak to her in Spanish and Farsi, you know, and they didn't have the resources that we do now, like the internet and things like that. So they were like, it's not working. She's just talking in English. But really, that's how it starts, you know. Then they start really, you know. So anyway, I wish, but as the older you get, you start getting like, oh God, I'm learning another language. That's a lot. That's a whole to do. I can get by. I can chit chat, but I can't, you know.
Oh, you know, like little words here and there. Yeah. I just know Bi Jean, ha me alone. That's all I know.
In Farsi?
Yeah. Bi Jean, ha me alone. That means shut up and come here right now.
Hey, that's handy, right? You're like, thank you.
She knows that in like 7 different languages.
That's great. That's great. That's great. You got to know the important stuff. Hello.
Yeah, man. I learned that from an old Persian guy in Irvine too. He was like, "This is how you say it." I was like, "Oh, you just taught me something that you should know."
And now I'm going to tell it to you. Get out of here. Well, especially in the industry you're in, you know, you got to learn how to say, "Go, leave me alone," because I'm sure you guys get harassed.
Oh, I just yell at people. I just did it this weekend. There was this so I work at a gay bar, but it's a bar that I'm working at. And it was like a group of Hispanics that didn't speak any English. They're really short. I don't know if they're Mexican because they were really short. So I think they're from like
I don't know. Mexicans are short. My mom is like,
no, but there's like some of them that aren't Mexican and they're really, really short and dark. And they're from what, Guadalajara or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, they were little, right? So like dude came up to like probably my boob right here, but he kept touching my back. And I go, "Hey dude, hey, it's maricon bar." You know what I mean? Like I don't like the penis, you know. I like other stuff. I'm just telling him this. I mean, obviously I do because 9 years in, but I'm working at a gay bar. Like, why would you even think that I want you? You know what I mean? You're a dude. You're like, so I'm like, "Don't touch me." And he's like, "But I just want to say you're very pretty." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Thank you. But don't touch me." Sure enough, this guy goes and touches me again. I yelled so loud at him in front of everybody. So everybody stops and stares at him. And he gets super embarrassed and he leaves. You know what I mean? But it's like, if you're going to make me feel uncomfortable, I'm going to make you feel uncomfortable. And when I yell at you at the top of my lungs and everybody stares at you, guess what? You're going to have a problem because then some customers are probably not going to like that either. And he's going to start some shit with you too. So, and all the gay guys are really cool. They're very protective of me too. So, yeah, I love to party with them. They love to party with me.
Yeah. They shouldn't be touching you anyway. Like, you can use COVID as an excuse too. It's like you got that COVID barrier where you can be like, "No touching."
Yeah. I have not had a problem with a girl though yet. Still no girls.
Problem with a girl just so you can.
No, but like I would just like I don't know. I just like I'm at a gay club and I don't have any problems with lesbians or the gays, but then the straight guys come and I still have problems with them. Like, I'm not even working at a straight bar and I still have problems with you. What is the problem?
Well, sometimes guys go to hit on girls at gay bars because they know that they're hanging out with their guy friend. It's like a thing.
I tell all my nice guys, go to the gay clubs and gay bars because you'll find a nice girl there. Like but that's like the nice guys that I know. How are these sleazy guys getting in? I'm like, no, go to the next bar. Get out of here. Nobody wants you here.
They're hitting on you. You're like, aren't you here for the dude? Like,
yeah, what the hell? Leave me alone. Just give me a tip. Give me a good tip. Not that tip, but give me the other tip. Yes.
I love that you screamed at him.
100%. I have no shame. I will make you feel uncomfortable. Well, babe, thanks so much for joining our podcast. I know we got to get off soon and everything. And I hope you enjoy your day today.
Yes.
But thank you so much for joining us here on the Fly podcast. We are on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple. We have Sara here, and she is from Sweet Siren. So make sure you go and check her out on her Instagram, and we'll definitely put her tag there so you guys can follow her. Like and follow.
Yes, absolutely. Shop. There's so many things coming.
So many cute things. You guys are not going to be disappointed. You'll love everything. If you're listening to us, you're going to love everything. Don't worry.
Yes, absolutely. Hit that subscribe button, notification button, and we will see you next week. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.